Have you ever had a moment that just split your life in two? A before and an after? For me, that moment was a fire. Not just any fire, but the one that ripped through my childhood home. It's a story I haven't shared widely, but it's the story that made me who I am today. Before the fire, life was comfortable, predictable. I grew up in a house filled with the smell of my mom's baking and the sound of my dad's old records. Every corner held a memory, the notch on the doorframe marking my height each year, the worn spot on the carpet where my brother and I would wrestle, the window seat where I'd read for hours. It was more than just a building. It was the entire world of my childhood, a fortress of safety and love. I took it for granted, like you do when you're young. I thought it would always be there, a constant backdrop to my life. Then came the night of the fire. I was away at college, a few hours from home. The phone call came around 2 a.m. It was my dad. His voice was strained, a sound I'd never heard before. "There's been a fire," he said. "Everyone's okay, but the house is gone." Gone. That one word just hung in the air, heavy and impossible. I remember driving home in a daze, the highway lights blurring through my tears. Seeing it for myself was surreal. The skeletal remains of our home silhouetted against the morning sky, a gaping wound where my life used to be. Everything was gone. Photos, journals, the teddy bear I'd had since I was 2. It felt like my entire past had been erased. The weeks that followed were a blur of insurance calls, temporary housing, and a deep, gnawing grief. It wasn't just about losing things. It was about losing our anchor. We were a family adrift. We'd sift through the rubble, hoping to find something, anything salvageable. A melted piece of a trophy, a charred page from a book. Each discovery was a tiny, painful reminder of what we'd lost. I saw my parents, the strongest people I knew, look utterly defeated, and in that moment, something inside me shifted. I realized I couldn't just be the grieving child anymore. They needed me to be strong too. That fire forced us to rebuild, not just our house, but ourselves. We learned that home isn't about 4 walls and a roof. It's about the people you're with. We clung to each other like never before, finding strength in our shared loss. We started new traditions. We talked more. We learned to appreciate the small things, a shared meal, a funny story, just being together. The material possessions we lost were painful, but their absence made space for something more profound, a deeper connection, a renewed sense of what truly matters. We discovered a resilience we never knew we had. Looking back now, years later, I can see the fire as a strange, devastating gift. It burned away the trivial and left behind the essential. It taught me that you can lose almost everything you own, but you can't lose your memories, your love for your family, or your ability to start again. It forged a strength in me that I carry every single day. So, if you're going through your own fire, whatever that may be, know this. You are more resilient than you think. The smoke will clear, and you will find a way to rebuild stronger and more appreciative of the light. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever had a life-changing moment, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.